Okay, today I'd like to talk about something that isn't the really most exciting part of our business. In fact, it's a little bit on the boring side. But with that being said, you get my good side?
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're looking great.
All right,
Yeah,
thank
your
you.
good side. Okay.
It's carpet for rental property. No owner really wants it or is excited about it. The only thing they know is, the stuff they have is too dirty and they've got to replace it. So why should they buy my cheap brown carpet over someone else's cheap brown carpet? Well, it starts from the purchasing end. There's a few different ways we can go about this when we purchase carpet for rental properties. The mills offer specials, so we can sit around and wait for a special to happen, and they say you can buy 5 rolls of carpet and we'll give you a discount on it. Well, the problem with that is the discount isn't really all that great, and we have no idea when the specials will be available. It might be once a year, it might be twice a year. There's no guarantee on when they're going to do these things. So that's kind of out. The second way to do it, which a lot of people that are in the apartment business do this, they'll buy seconds, off-quality goods that could have a color problem or a flaw in it. Now, this is a way to go. A lot of guys that are in this business do this. You can buy things really, really cheap. You can sell them really, really cheap. Problem is, as a customer, if you buy that and the carpet's fine, everything looks good. You go to the next time you go to buy it. Say I'd like to get that same stuff that we put in last time. Well, you're starting from scratch again because they have no idea when they buy. They're buying at a price point only. They have no idea what they're going to get from purchase to purchase. So every time you would go to buy that, you have to start from scratch, and that's a real hard way to have repeat customers, because you want to make it easy on them and not have them start from scratch every time. So what we've done for the past 20 plus years, we decided we would do it kind of the hard way. We would buy ongoing first quality goods, running lines, and we would inventory this. So whether every time, for example, Don has a set of our samples in his office. So they can, if an owner wants to know, well, what are you putting in my units? They can say, hey, look, these are the things we use all the time. They're available every day. It makes it a lot easier. Also, if a unit, we carpet a unit and something gets damaged, a bad tenant comes in and ruins some of it, and Don has to kick them out. They can call us up and say, hey, Ken, 2 of the bedrooms out of the 4 got damaged. We need some more of that carpet so we can put this, the exact same thing in and keep the unit looking nice, so it's easier for an owner or a manager to rent the property again. They don't have to, again, either put in 2 different things where it doesn't look as nice to rent, or have to go through the process of buying a whole new unit. So that's why we do it in that way. Now, from our end, it's a little more difficult because in doing that, to be able to get good pricing, we have to purchase a lot of it. So, we have to have a big warehouse, and we have to buy a lot of it at one time. And what that does for us is it gives us the ability to have the same die lot. Carpet has a die lot to it. So if you purchase 1 roll at one time and 1 roll at another time, you can't use those pieces, together. So it creates waste, or for a customer, if they have to, and this happens a lot in our industry, carpet comes a certain width. Rooms are certain sizes. We have to seam carpet together. So you can walk into a unit and you'll see a piece along, 2 feet off a wall. It almost looks like a different color because it's a different die lot. And that's very common in our industry because, you're selling, very inexpensive carpet. And when it's if you're not buying the same die lots in bulk, then, you know, you'll get things like that. And there's a lot of, you know, owners and managers get quite upset when they look and it doesn't look nice after they spent the owner's money. So we're able to use from roll to roll. It creates much less waste for us and a much better job for the customer in the end. Let's see what else we got. We also we've just tried to make it as easy as we can for our customers. You know, we want them to be able to. We bring them samples. It's literally the same things as long as these carpets are. As long as they're good, as long as they're not discontinued. For example, say this guy right here. Okay, it's nothing to shake a stick at, but we've had this carpet, whether it's this color, this style, for 20 years. It's changed names a few times, you know, because after 4 or 5 years, they do change the color lines on these carpets. They'll update it in some way. So when that happens, we find the closest thing possible to that. So if I haven't seen a customer in 5, 6 years, and they could say, "Hey, Ken, still got that same brown carpet I use?" Yeah, absolutely. You know, and it just makes it a really nice, easy process. We're not we're always trying to make things easy on our customers. So we've got, you know. It's amazing how many shades of brown we have. This is just a small example of what we inventory. We also do this for realtors. We've had what we call our realtor beige, or realtors call their realtor beige. We've had forever, and we have 2 colors, a light and a lighter, and it's. But we've had it, and realtors, if I don't see them for a while, they know. Over the years, they just know that they can call me up. We inventory this stuff. We've always got it. We do it for our commercial customers also. We stock commercial carpet, hard surface floors, sheet vinyl, VCT tile, the things you'd see in a grocery store. We also do that for the rental properties too. So we have a lot of stuff, but it's not exciting. It's not the exciting part of our business, but it is consistent, and everyone knows that has dealt with us for years that it's not one of these things where they're going to come in and again we're going to have seconds or thing where it's a haggling, negotiating thing. And they just know they've got the same carpets. They for a long time they were the same price. Gene and I were laughing yesterday. We talked for a while, and we used to sell it at $7.95 a yard and $8.95 a yard. And people still call me and say, "Hey, Ken, you still got that $8.95 yard carpet?" I say, "Yeah, I still got the carpet. It's $15 now, but I still have it." But it was, you're right. And of course, I brought this whole thing. This is a new one. We don't do new ones often, so I thought I'd bring a new one. 2 minutes. Are there any questions? Yes, sir.
So is it worth it for a rental owner to maybe buy a little bit better quality carpet because it's going to last, because you can clean it, it's not going to break down, or?
No. We consider these 5-year carpets. And the thing is, as Don could tell you, people do not treat a rental property like they treat their own. And you could put something really nice in. If they never vacuum it and treat it poorly, it's not going to wear any better than this little cheapy guy. So we're trying to get 5 years out of the things, and that's that's really good value for what they're paying for. Yes, sir, ma'am. Well, there was another hand over here. Yes. No.
I was just going to say, I know your dad just advised me when we used the realtor beige, was that if the client wants a little bit or seemingly metabolic, just upgrade the path.
Yeah, because what they do is they're not going to, when they're looking at a house, they're not going to get down on the floor and dig their fingers in and lay on the floor. They're going to feel it, and they're going to see it. And new is new, and whether it's a $14 piece or an $18 a yard piece, they're not going to be able to tell by walking on. So we do it. We put a nicer pad in, and it would, they'll notice that. But clean is what they really notice, right? In fact, we always said in a house for sale, if they don't notice the floor covering at all, it's a win. You know, it's not, it would take away the negative. Anybody else?
Ken, on the $5 carpeting, what's the average
Five.
cost?
5 year.
Let me see.
$15.
$5, yeah.
What's the
That'd be
average
a
cost
bargain.
per square foot on the 5 year?
Per square foot, you're about $1.50.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sounds better.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing. The industry has changed. We sell everything by the square yard now. Everything is sold by the square foot now because it sounds
Thank you,
better.
Home Depot, right?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. Home Depot's been great for our industry, honestly, because they can't cheat, lie, and steal like all the little carpet guys used to because they're too big. Thank you very much.
Nice.